YouTube, what's going on? So today we're talking about something that everybody has asked me about. What happens after you get your lock started? So the people that I'm showing today, this is their first retwist, which means they started their locks 3 weeks ago. They didn't do anything but follow the instructions. Spray the oil twice a week, tie it up every night, live freely, and just enjoy the beginning of your journey and know that things are about to change, they're about to shift a little bit because you're working with the hair differently now. So this is the outcome of different people that I started, and you know that I love to start with the coils. It's not that I'm not a huge fan of the 2-strand twist, but I prefer the coil because we're working with a natural curl pattern of the hair. So there's no reversion, there's no nothing except understanding that right now at this point, we're getting a journey started on something that the hair would not normally do. So this is a few people that I wanted to show you guys so you can see what's happening, what's up next, so you can see what you're going through. Because a lot of you guys miss this phase. All you look for is your starter and you want to mature in style. But there's a middle phase that you have to work through. Some of y'all call it the ugly phase. I feel like the ugly phase is only for ugly people. So if you're not ugly, you ain't got to worry about it. Alright, so this is your first 3 weeks. First retwist, right?
Yes.
Talk to me about it, baby. How did it go? What went down?
Okay.
I want everything.
Alright, so my baby hairs didn't make it. That's literally the perimeter. I tried keeping it twisted. That didn't work. So
Twisted how? What were you doing?
well, I tried the comb method, just like I watched you do it, and I tried to coil
Spin
it back.
Could you?
That didn't work. That didn't work out. So the next thing I tried to do was keeping them separated. So I noticed that they were kind of clunking together, and so maybe every 2 to 3 days, I find myself just kind of pulling them apart,
which is good,
so that they wouldn't merge.
Your hair is learning to tangle, to lock.
Okay.
But it doesn't understand yet to lock individually, to lock in these little canals that we're making for it to lock in.
Okay.
So it's going through the right process. This is the process right before budding, and then you're bud, and then you become mature. So it's doing good. Even though it's like meshing together, it's doing really good. Because it doesn't understand yet that you want it to be just an individual single string once you do this.
Okay.
Being that our hair grows like an afro, it's used to growing up, it's used to growing in the curl pattern to make it full and just blossom around our face, pretty much framing our face. We're doing something now that's going to be completely different. So now that we started the hair to tangle up, to web it up, to lock it up, we have to manipulate the hair differently, because when healthy hair reverts to its normal place, it's going to take you back to the fro. So your first 3 weeks, you may see the hair still grow up and out because it's not used to you putting this coil on you. It's not used to you putting the 2-strand or whatever method you chose to style. So at this point, now you have to understand that the hair is going to revert and do a number of things, but it's going to revert simplistically, especially if you use the natural curl pattern. So in this case, we started to palm roll her because she had long enough hair. We were able to bridge the gap in the frizziness and all the above, the moisturization levels, the hydration levels, all the above, to make sure that she was healthy. So this is her first 3 weeks. She started budding already, and she's on the way to a good, successful long hair journey. Keep watching. Baby hairs, nope, they're not gonna go yet because they're too short.
Yeah.
Think about short string. Short string, it takes a longer time for it to tangle than it would for a longer piece of string.
Sure.
So with those hairs being short, it ain't ready yet. But we're gonna still manipulate it to make sure that it looks like it's a part of the game, and not just leave you a butt fro back here on the back of your neck, because that ain't sexy either.
But it's been an adventure. I sprayed it as recommended.
Okay.
Got lazy, but I put an alarm on my phone. That was the really only way that I can get myself into the habit of remembering, like on every 2 to 3. So that way I remembered. After I got the alarm on my phone, then I was good to go. Which is probably very smart, actually.
Yeah, it probably is, because a lot of people probably forget to drop the ball, and then once you forget for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks straight, you ain't doing it no more.
Right.
Starting your locks should not be looked at as a job or occupation, or pretty much taking you off your grain or off your normal level in life. I like to start my clients with simplicity. If you're working out, keep working out. you're going to the gym doing 3 backwards flips, then I need you to take your Jackie Joyner Kersey looking ass in there and become Olympic. Enjoy life. Nothing is really going to change. Yes, it's going to be a little, tension here and there in the beginning, but that's what happens when you're growing. You get uncomfortable so that you can learn certain things so that you can get back to comfort, and the process just keeps going on and on. Don't expect anything from the beginning, because what you see in the beginning is not what you're going to be in the end. The only thing I want you to focus on in the beginning is healthy hair and understanding that when you're in good hands, you will have a great outcome. So just relax. Everything will be okay. Keep watching.
Right. And it was about a week when I realized, oh crap, I haven't sprayed it with anything. I haven't moisturized it. So my husband suggested putting it on my phone. So I did that, and that worked out well.
Other than these 3 things, the hair bed going together, the short hair is not making it, and you being extremely timely with your hydration, what other issues, how would you rate this? How do you feel about it going forward?
Well, I'm excited because there are a couple of locks in the back that I know are getting to the point where, they're solid as a rock. It's been an adventure. It's been a nappy, to say the least, adventure. It's getting used to not always looking kept.
In the beginning, yes.
Yeah.
This is why I like to stay every 3 weeks, give it some time to be itself, be great, come back again. But I can't stop you from working out. I can't stop you from living your life. I don't think any hairstyle should. At that point, the hairstyle has become a job, and you don't want too many of those.
Yeah, no, it didn't bother me with any of my other regimens. There were some days where I just, washed and go, and it was easy. It was good. It wasn't as neat as I would want it to be, but it was good.
You shampoo?
No.
Oh.
Just water.
Oh, okay. You gotta be careful with that water too.
So I sweat, and with the Texas heat,
yes,
you gotta get rid of that, extra. It can't be funky.
No, you cannot be funky. The water will dry you out.
Water and then moisturize. So I did moisturize.
What you moisturize?
I used conditioner, and then I also used the spray sheet that you gave me.
Let's talk about water for a quick second. A lot of you guys like to use water and think that water is a hydrant. Water is not an hydrant. Water dampens, and it can open up a number of things. It can get your hair cosmetically to look like it's boom back to life after being flattened from sleeping on it or having it under a scarf or whatever. But at the same case, it does not moisturize. It does not even hydrate. It just dampens. When you drink the water, now that does a different process for you because you put it in the body for the body to do things with. But when you just put water on top of the body, that does something completely different. I want to speak on that because a lot of people feel like that water is basically moisturizing their hair. And in my recent studies, I've learned that it's actually doing more harm on the outside than it is on the inside. So just be careful, especially when you have the Water Conservation Service, where the water is being preserved through different processes and doing a number of things through chemicals and all the above. So you have to be aware of those things while you're putting it on your scalp and putting it on your skin, and understanding this is why you're ashy when you get out of the shower. This is the term what hard water means versus soft water. There isn't anything just completely natural anymore, not to be the bearer of bad news or to sound any level of negative. So with that understanding, you have to work with it to make sure that it works for your good. And there are components out here that kind of help out in that process. Sorry that we do have a flawed system, but through that flawed system, you can work some things out. Be mindful.
Put conditioner in your hair?
Yes.
Without washing it?
Yes.
No good.
No good?
Mm-hmm. I understand what you're trying to do. I can't tell you it's a bad idea,
okay,
but just the way that you did it wasn't, because you're not cleaning the hair. So basically what you're doing is causing a simplistic buildup.
Really?
Yes. Because
So
you got sweat, dirt,
recommend?
grime, and then you're adding a layer of that conditioner, then you're coming back behind it and adding a layer of oil.
Okay.
That's a lot.
So what do you recommend?
In the beginning, since you're going to work out so hard, I said let's change you to every 2 weeks. Get you a little more often until your hair matures, and then you're able to do these things at home without worrying about the tangle and all of the above.
Okay.
Excuse me. Excuse me. No problem. Thank you. Certain things done at home can make the hair start to fro up a lot faster too. So you want to kind of just be careful.
What I tell my clients not to do is certain things like put a plastic cap on in the shower, especially if your shower is really warm, you're in this small confined space in the restroom. That can make you sweat faster in your head, especially when you have this piece of plastic up top. That can make you have faster flow aspects in your roots. That kind of make your retwist or whatever look like it didn't last longer. If you're at the gym and you're not tying the hair up, you just allowing the hair to be free and you're sweating a lot, those things can happen. If you're sitting in the sauna or the steam room at the gym, it's really hot outside, you work outside, a number of things like that can kind of cause an issue. This is where we may go into interlocking, not from the beginning after the hair matures, but just being mindful of those things that can make those process happen a lot faster. But at the same time, I cannot tell you not to live your life. I cannot tell you not to have the same body goals that you want. I can't tell you not to go to your job. I can't tell you not to sit in the steam room and detox and all of the above, because I do those things and I understand what they do for me, mentally and physically. But at the same time, if you're going to go with the locks, you just have to understand how hairstyling can be affected by these things. Not a negative, just life. So don't stop living. Keep going. Bye.
I've been watching videos and some say spray water, some say don't spray water.
Okay, where you get your water from?
Tap.
When the last time you cleaned up them pipes?
I don't know.
You know what's in there.
No, I really have ever cleaned up the pipes.
Exactly. Right.
Oh, no.
Do not put that stuff in your hair. Stuff you won't even drink. And the only reason we bathe in is because we're using soap at that time, and I guess, we still kind of get some of the remnants, but I couldn't tell you how to find that water healthy.
So just keep spraying
Just the
the
oil.
sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's why I say twice a week, because you don't want to overdo that either.
Yeah.
You can still make a small build-up from that too. I mean, at this point, your hair is learning to hold on to everything. Everything. And putting too much of certain things will cause issues for it. I guarantee. Other than that, you're
Can't wait
good.
for a year to see what this looks like after a year.
I can't wait to see like about 8 months. I think 8 months you're gonna do pretty good. You have really nice bud and all of the above. I think so, especially with your curl pattern too. Thank you. Yep, you should win.
My parents don't know yet.
Okay, so you're gonna kill them.
My parents don't know yet. They're not really into the whole lock style.
Why? Because they've seen so many people out here look crazy.
They're just traditional Nigerians that have a
Relaxer and a glow cut.
colonial view of life.
When I first start my clients' locks, I do not style them. They can't get a style for at least the first 9 months until they get into maturity. This makes sure that the locks actually start healthily. We actually get them to a tight format. They don't have any weaknesses in them, from the bobby pins, from some of you guys like the sew your locks, so there's no weakness from a thread, or a number of things that can hold that style together, from yarn or whatever you're using. I don't want to compromise that lock in the beginning. Some people feel like it's necessary. Some people feel like, they have to do this because of the format that they're using to force the hair to lock. I don't force my hair to lock. I allow my hair to lock naturally. It does its own thing when it's ready to do it, how it normally does it, because of the shedding hair that you shed. 700 hairs a week, 2,800 hairs a month. So in the beginning, I don't allow my clients to style for the first almost year. No coloring, no nothing. Let's let this progress first, one step at a time, and then we can get to all those extracurricular activities that we're looking forward to. So just letting you know, if you ever came here, you got started locks, month 4, can I style my hair? No.
Yeah.
So at what point are you going to show them? Because you definitely can't show them at this phase.
No, not yet.
They can like take that out of their heads now.
My mom kind of has a clue, but I think she's not 100%. She hasn't really seen it yet.
Why do you think she has a clue?
Well, normally we go shopping for hair products and wigs or weaves, and I haven't done that. And I keep telling her, later. She's kind of guessing that I'm doing something different with my hair, but doesn't really know what. My dad has no clue. He'll probably be the most surprised.
Your dad will?
Oh yeah.
I'm sure.
He's a military man, so yeah.
Record that meeting for me.
If I make it alive.
I'm telling you, I just want to see the evidence of how that goes. That's going to be real.
Oh Lord. if I make it alive.
I think that's pretty cool. Let's leave you with some good news. You are on your way. It's gonna be all right.
Yay! I'm so excited.
Okay, now that we've talked to someone that's got their lock started, and we gave some insight on what was going on, what she's been through, all the different phases of getting the lock started, from mentally to actually looking in the mirror physically, waking up that next morning, it's like, what the fuck did I do? We're in a good place. It's gonna be okay. Slow down. So this is what I want to show you. This is somebody that we got started 3 weeks ago. She had about a 6 to 8 inch hair. Her curl pattern was medium to kind of tight, but not too loose. She's already started locking. She's already in her budding phase after week 3. I love to use a natural curl pattern and do the coils because the coils actually give me an outcome that actually work with me, and I don't have to force anything. I don't have to fight anything. So this time when she came in, she got palm roll. We put the hair together, and as you see, it's laying down. The part to lock ratio is in effect. You don't have to worry about anything. Like, the hair looks great. She's already on her lock journey. She feels great because at the same time, I'm letting her know this is where you are. This is what we're doing. This is what we're working with, and this is going to be your outcome very soon. So her questions were, this is what my lock's going to look like in the future. Definitely not. What do I need to do in the future? Same things you already started doing. Nothing's going to change. Still work out, still go to the gym, still have a happy life and a free life. Make it a simplistic thing for you, and you won't have to worry about anything. So if you do see here that my retwisting is just the same as when I do the mature locks, only the above, you will see that you will have a great outcome too. So keep it simple, don't force too fast, be patient, understand that after your week 3 to your week 12, your week 9, all the above, it's gonna be okay. You'll be good. So if you have any questions, feel free to call me. Let me know what's up. Let's talk about what's going on, because a lot of the issues could be your products that you're using, the stylus is twisting too tight, all of the above, but we can fix those things. Just call me and we can work it out.